What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, well-renowned, two-time Trainer of the Year, future Hall of Famer, Eddy Reynoso, who is widely considered by many to be one of the best trainers in the sport of boxing. He welcomes a former fighter back with open arms. He welcomes a reunion with lightweight, junior welterweight, Mexican superstar title contender King Ryan Garcia with open arms, as Ryan Garcia is coming off of a loss, the first loss and setback in his career. He is now 23 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 19 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. He's coming off of a devastating knockout loss to undefeated 3-division world champion who simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, the WBA regular title at lightweight and junior welterweight, that being superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who is now 29 wins, no losses, no draw, 27 big wins by way of knockout, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. With that said, Ryan Garcia, he was with Eddy Reynoso, and he had a good record with Eddy Reynoso, and he was doing good. But at some point in time, something went off in Ryan Garcia's head that stated that he can do things his own way with his own philosophy. And he stopped showing up to the gym. He stopped committing to Eddy Reynoso, and things ended with Ryan Garcia parting ways with Eddy Reynoso and making claims that Eddy Reynoso simply just didn't have time for him because he was too busy focusing on his main fighter, which is 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer, who is currently the undisputed super middleweight world champion and widely considered by many to be the face of the sport of boxing. That is Saul Canelo Alvarez, who has a record of 58 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He is 32 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. With that said, Canelo Alvarez, he clapped back at Ryan Garcia, and he told the world that Ryan Garcia was the one that just simply was not committed to his training and his craft, and that it was sad. He stated that Eddy Reynoso had tons of time and plenty of attention to give to Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia, he was not committed. And Canelo Alvarez famously said that Ryan Garcia would tell Eddy Reynoso he would be there at 12 o'clock, don't show up to 2 o'clock, and then leave 15 or 30 minutes later. And Canelo Alvarez said it was absolutely sad that he was wasting his talents, to which Ryan Garcia responded, and Ryan Garcia stated that, well, Canelo Alvarez was never the big brother mentor figure he thought he was going to be, and he didn't welcome him with open arms. He was only accepting of him because of his relationship with Eddy Reynoso, right? So he said that, that's all it was. And partly due to that, Canelo today did an interview, and he stated that he's not a trainer. When asked about the reunion between Eddy Reynoso and Ryan Garcia, he says Eddy Reynoso has to make that decision, and I'll go whatever decision he makes. He stated, but I'm not a trainer. That's up to him. He's the trainer. And so Eddy Reynoso, he came out and he stated that he confirmed that Ryan Garcia did reach out to him. They would like to have a reunion, and Ryan Garcia, and he welcomes it with open arms, and he take notes, and he studied the fight with Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis that took place April 22nd, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, to which Ryan Garcia was dropped in the 2nd round, and then he was stopped in the 7th round with a body shot. Ryan Garcia looked sloppy at times. He looked uncoordinated. He looked unprepared, and it showed, right? Ryan Garcia, he parted ways. His last 3 fights was with Joe Goosen, another well-renowned Hall of Fame trainer, okay? And he fought Emmanuel Tagu. He won a unanimous decision. He dropped Emmanuel Tagu, but he won a unanimous decision. He fought against Javier Fortuna. He got a knockout. And then he fought Gervonta Tank Davis, and he came up short. So with that said, with Eddy Reynoso, obviously, his slate is clean. And Eddy Reynoso, the style of Ryan Garcia, the physical tools that Ryan Garcia has and possesses, is perfect for that of Eddy Reynoso. He trains also two-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Oscar Valdez. He's now back with Frank Sanchez as well. He did train Andy Ruiz Jr., who was in the best shape of his career when he fought against Chris Arreola. But Eddy Reynoso holds his fighters accountable. And that's where things go sour because fighters don't want to be held accountable. As Joe Goosen stated, you don't train Ryan Garcia. You partner, you collaborate with him. And that's where Joe Goosen went wrong because he should have held Ryan Garcia accountable or detached himself from the Ryan Garcia fights. Because if he knew that Ryan Garcia wasn't committed to the sport of boxing, like he was telling the world Ryan Garcia was committed to the sport of boxing when he knew he wasn't committed to the sport of boxing, he shouldn't have stayed because his brand took a hit. Because then after Ryan Garcia lost, now in the fight week buildup for Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis, Joe Goosen told the world how much of a genius and how much a commitment that Ryan Garcia has made to the sport of boxing. And then immediately following Ryan Garcia losing, Joe Goosen was null and void. He was absent. He wasn't available. And he's still not available. He didn't even show up to the post-fight press conference. We know there was talk and chatter that Ryan Garcia was only showing up to Joe Goosen gym 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for sparring, uttering the same sentiments that Canelo Alvarez had stated when Ryan Garcia was with Eddy Reynoso, that he simply was not showing up like he was supposed to. He wasn't committed to the sport of boxing, and Canelo Alvarez stated he's wasting his talents and his youth, right? So now Ryan Garcia, I think he got a bit of a humble pie. I think that Ryan Garcia understands that, for him to be successful, he's going to have to concede to a trainer. He was with 2 Hall of Fame trainers. Now he's going to have to commit to the trainer, commit to their style, commit to their lifestyle, commit to a boxer's lifestyle, and focus if he wants to be a world champion. He's now said that he's going to campaign fully at 140, which is some very, very tough fights there. There's tough fights, major tough fights there. He has a fight with, there's Gary Anton Russell. There's Regis Ruguru Prograis. There's big names. Josh Taylor is there. He's going to fight Teofimo Lopez. Rolly Rolando Romero is at that division. Those are all tough, awkward fights for Ryan Garcia. If he's not committed, he can lose to those fighters as well. We saw him dropped by a left hand by Olympic gold medalist, British lightweight star, title contender in Luke Campbell. Now, Ryan Garcia, he got up and he stopped Luke Campbell in the 7th round. But again, in this fight with Tank Davis, he got dropped in the 2nd round like he did with Luke Campbell, but then he got stopped in the 7th round. So that's a test. A lot of that goes to Ryan Garcia not being prepared, not having the experience, not being focused. And he admitted to that. He stood on his square when it was all said and done. He accepted all accountability for his shortcomings and not being prepared and lacking experience and making mistakes in the ring. And maybe this is a switch that Ryan Garcia needed, right? And now he's going to be fully committed to a trainer like Eddy Reynoso and, give his career the best opportunity to be successful. Like I said, going into the Tank Davis fight, it was a popularity contest because Ryan Garcia has never fought for a world title. So obviously he has never won a world title. He lacked major experience in this fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, who is a 5-time world champion. He held the IBF super title at super featherweight, the WBA super title at super featherweight, and he's a 3-division champion. He's been on some major cards. He was the co-main event to the 2nd biggest fight in boxing history when Floyd Mayweather, his mentor, took on Conor McGregor. He was the co-main event. That fight did 4.3 million pay-per-view buys. So he knew what it was to be there. Not to mention Gervonta Tank Davis has extremely high ring IQ. He makes great adjustments. He's a southpaw and he has one-punch equalizing power. So he understands every inch of the squared circle. He's been in the big moments, and Ryan Garcia, it showed there was levels to this, and it worked against Ryan Garcia. But it only worked against him because Ryan Garcia was not committed. And like Eddy Reynoso stated, when they work together, he teaches Ryan Garcia to control distance. When he watched the fight and studied the fight and took notes, Ryan Garcia absolutely had an absent-minded of the control of distance. And he was very sloppy and uncoordinated and ill-prepared for the fight, period. So now he's going to go back with Eddy Reynoso. Let's see how this plays out and unfolds. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Subscribe to the channel, man. Hit the like button. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. What y'all think about a reunion between Eddy Reynoso and Ryan Garcia? How is this going to play out for Ryan Garcia moving forward? Will he be a world champion? Let me know. Peace.